Bet Online is the world's first. Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. Bet Online has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. You think you know your stuff? Get in on our 200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200,000. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Bet Online. The game starts here.
Oh, bet responsibly. We didn't even ask Drey if he was ready. We just started.
Just the ad portion. I mean,
bring the mic a little bit closer.
You still got time.
Right here. Yeah. You got to talk in the top half of the mic. Oh, shoot, is it? Maybe we need to adjust that table a bit. Let me see.
What about, is that good right there?
Nah, I got to be a little bit higher. Just a little bit. Yeah, like this.
All right.
I'm like sitting here reading. These cats on Instagram are weird. This cat put, obviously we was all upset, about Kobe dying and whatnot, but he put happy birthday. No, not him. He put happy birthday, Kobe. You're such an inspiration to me. You're the one that made me pick up a basketball.
We might have to make clear that he don't co-sign none of the crazy shit we say.
I'm not saying anything crazy. I'm not saying anything crazy.
No. But I'm talking about we don't really have a filter when it comes to talking about people in here. So,
but you don't know who I hang out with. You guys are nothing, y'all.
I'm just saying we ain't trying to get Drey in trouble, bro.
Man.
He said, Kobe. He said, Kobe, you're an inspiration. You're the reason that I picked up a basketball.
This must be.
This is your day. This is your day. This is your day. Happy birthday to the greatest basketball player of all time. So I looked through his page just to see and for his wife, all he put was happy birthday, babe. How you gonna tell just your wife happy birthday, babe, if you write all that about Kobe, fam?
In memoriam.
Come on, fam. Oh, man. All right. Let's do this. Yo, Think This Podcast, episode 369. George Gray. We got a special guest in the building. I think this may be our first athlete.
Yeah, I think so.
We've had DJs, we've had rappers, we've had sneaker designers, we've had business people.
Yeah, PJ Tucker, he wasn't on the show, but I mean, he had told you.
Well, he said he was gonna kick my ass. So, you can curse on this podcast. I don't curse, but you can curse a lot.
All right, good.
But we have a special guest in the studio. We have the number 34 overall draft pick in 2019 for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He is a pitcher for our hometown team. We got Drey Jameson in the building.
You even wore the hat. I'm surprised.
I did, and this is a hat I designed.
You thought I was wearing a Dodger hat, huh?
I did think you were wearing a Dodger hat. Look,
I'm from LA, bro.
We're Dodgers fans, all right, but we want the D-backs to do good, all right. We're Dodgers.
Yeah. I grew up in LA, so it's unapologetically a Dodger fan. Like I can't, you know what I mean? Like you can't do nothing about where you grow up. It's what it is.
It's everyone.
I designed this one. I thought maybe he would have worn it too. I gave you one.
I got them. I haven't worn any of them.
Messed up, huh? No, you wore the yellow one.
Mm-mm.
You didn't wear the yellow Dodgers one? You ain't wore none of them? They DS?
Nope. Yep.
They DS.
They fresh?
Brand new still. Good.
Keep them joints on ice, and we got more. And they asked us, we both want to come on the show again so we could do some more hats. Hey, they definitely want you on their show. So it's a show, Leon in the Lab. Shout out to Leon. And they bring people on, and they're part of Pro Image Sports that make all the baseball hats and stuff like that. And they would love to have an athlete on. You literally, whatever stories you got to design a hat, they'll design them and then sell them, and people get to buy them and pre-order them or whatnot. It's a dope concept.
All right, yeah.
I mean, if you're down, I let them know. You know what I mean?
Let them know.
It's a cool little thing. But like I said, this is our first athlete on the show, I believe. We've had, sneaker business owners, designers, DJs, personalities. We've had everybody on this podcast.
Fortunately, one DJ who shall remain nameless.
Well, every once in a while he messages or talks crazy to me.
Long time ago, like probably 5-6 years ago, we had Clark Kent on the show, and it was not I'm sure you know who DJ Clark Kent is, but that was by far.
Drey's pretty young. You know Clark Kent?
I don't.
No, it's a young guy.
I mean,
we grandpas up here, though.
Oh, I understand that, but like even the young people, most people know DJ Clark Kent.
I don't really follow music like that, though.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that might be why.
I'm not even sure if he's an actual DJ, to tell you the truth. I'll be honest with you. I've never seen DJ Clark King on the ones and twos. All right, I've seen him buying nothing but sneakers nonstop. I've never.
I just
seen
assume
him.
anybody who says they're a DJ
And
is
I'm
a producer.
joking. I'm
so, like,
joking.
That's
Like,
probably part of it. But
And
yes.
I know DJ Clark King's a DJ. I'm just joking.
Anyways,
all right?
I'm not trying to. We don't need to talk about him because it was the worst show we've ever had in our entire lives.
That was actually pretty funny. Though. He tried to check me a few times on here.
Not to me.
He said, look, man, if I wait for sneakers to go on sale, that's my prerogative. So he said I didn't really want the sneaker if I wait for it to go on sale. I'm like, buddy, like,
So
that's
it's basically
responsible.
he's like one of the original New York City, like, what's the best way to say it? Like,
Radio personalities, DJ?
no, I mean, I was going to say like streetwear influencers, I guess. I mean, obviously he's known for in music. Like he was like Jay-Z's DJ and stuff, but like he was like one of the original New York City streetwear influencers. He's the one who did like the 112 pack for Nike.
Okay.
So like anything you see with those 112 colors, which is like what Volt and black and whatever else.
Mint looking cracks
Yeah,
on
so-
the cuff.
But anyways, yeah, big like music sneaker celebrity or whatever. And so he was on the
Biggie,
show. We were
Jay-Z.
kind of like super young doing this, and it was in my opinion, it was a disaster. You apparently think it's funny now, but it was like
funny though.
it just it was.
That was a good show though. But like I said, we got Drey Jameson in the
That is
building.
not the word that
We're
I
gonna
would
talk to
use.
Drey about sneakers, him collecting sneakers, his cleats, playing baseball, stuff like that, obviously, and covering through a couple topics or whatnot. But we always do pickups. Do pickups first. Anything we bought this week or whatnot, we always let the guests go first. So Drey, anything you bought recently, anything new? And obviously, since you've never been on the show before, recently
Yeah.
could mean last week or last month. It doesn't matter up here. So
Yeah, bro. Honestly, I don't know because I'm sure you guys have heard I do Whatnot a little bit.
Yes,
I've kind
sir.
of fallen off of it a little bit, but just because I feel like the resale game's kind of not doing so hot right now, and I think that's because of the economy. But yeah,
hold
so
on,
I mean,
hold on, now. You can't just glaze that over. You think that's why?
yeah, I know.
You don't
that's
think
why.
people just not interested in sneakers like that anymore?
It's people ain't got the money for them.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like people were still buying what they want to buy.
yeah, for $200 less.
Okay.
Anyone's willing to buy sneakers. It's just are they really going to pay the price that I think that shoe's worth?
Right.
Obviously, too, Nike's controlling a lot of that kind of stuff too. But anyways,
Yeah, supply is a big factor.
yeah. So, I mean, I've gotten the Verdi, and then just honestly a Jumpman Jack. So nothing
Oh, really?
crazy, just kind of personal shoes. But yeah, man, I've just kind of slowed down a little bit. And
Really? Slow down just buying in general?
yeah, I mean, because when I usually buy, I buy like what I would wear.
Right.
But like, for me, I'll sell anything. I don't care.
Right.
So if I'm not going to be able to sell this for at least what I paid for it, because everyone wants market on everything,
Right.
but no one wants to pay market. So if I come in and buy at market, which I never do, I never will.
Yeah, we'll get into that because I got to ask you about that too. I got my own business doing stuff, not sneakers anymore, but
Yeah,
that's definitely part of the like sourcing is not easy, and that
It's
goes
hard.
for any
it's really hard.
niche or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I haven't really bought anything crazy.
Really? That's good to hear, man. That means you slowing down too. Everybody's slowing down.
Everyone, like I
Oh,
said, the economy.
I think I may be the only person not slowing down, no, but I have psychological problems.
Well,
so.
you're not paying retail for stuff.
Well, I mean, I'll go out and buy some random kickers, you know.
Right.
Shit, if I like it, I'll rock it, you know. But like if we're talking shoes, like
Yeah.
I've slowed down on it a lot because, I mean, shoot, bro, I spent a lot of money on some shoes.
Oh yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know the feeling. I'm
Yeah,
like,
for sure, yeah.
I'm like, all right, I was like, man, I was telling somebody about, storage unit and stuff like that, and I'm like, I got no idea what's in them joints, like, no idea, but anyways.
Whoa, wait, you have one and you don't know what you put in it, you mean?
Yeah, I've been having. What are you talking about? I got Mitchell Ness jerseys, all that stuff in them joints.
Oh, I didn't know you still have
In the storage unit?
Storage
yeah.
unit, though. Oh,
So
okay.
if someone came up and gave you a price for your storage and you don't know what's in it, you're gonna.
Well, shoot, they may be gone for all I know. I ain't looked at one since COVID, 2019, something like that. So they may have already sold that joint. Huh? I mean, they were full of phone posits.
I didn't know you
They
had.
put your shit
a
on
unit
Storage
now.
Wars.
Yeah, they may have put that on there. Like, it may be. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was on eBay doing a lot of searching this weekend for stuff, put stuff on my watch list, and I was like, some of this stuff look exactly where I had a scuff mark. I was like, I think I had that exact same scuff mark on that side. Anyway, George, you cop anything this week?
Man,
Nothing?
not one single
Come
thing.
on, George. Nothing?
Not one single thing.
That's
You already know the answer to that. The last thing I bought was
Purple?
Vomeros.
Which ones?
I wore them in here. You saw me wear
Oh,
'em.
okay. There's a Vomero coming out this week. Maybe the best colorway of all time. And you know I don't care about Vomeros.
I'll be the judge.
You'll be the judge. I copped. Oh, shout out to my dog Rick at Works of Puma. He hooked me up with a pair of Puma Suede Lambs collaboration he worked on. So he does a lot of the collab stuff and work like that with them. I copped some Yeezy 380s, which I think I said on the last episode, but it's been 2 weeks since we've been on. Took a little pod vacation. I got Yeezy 380s. I got another pair of Yeezy 380s. I got the yellow-green pair, a white-tan pair, and then I got some Dub Tap Vans, high-top orange ones. Rare. Not rare.
This is normal.
Not rare.
Like the number of things he's saying in this market that you talking about, this is normal.
Not rare, but hard to find.
He's buying a bunch of bullshit too, like shit that he's not gonna wear.
You're wearing Dub Tap Vans. What are you talking
You're
about?
not wearing any of that shit.
Speaking of Vans, you remember back in the day the Fear of God Vans going crazy.
So
They shit used to be crazy, and now you look at it and you could buy it for $300.
So,
it's like, what the hell?
I didn't even realize it went down that low, right? Because them joints used to be like $900 for a van.
$1,400.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I'm looking at Vans online. I'm a big Vans person. Even though I buy a ton of Jordans, a ton of sneakers, and a ton of stuff, I love Vans. Vans just make me feel good. It's just so easy and go with everything. And I was like, let me just look up Fear of God Vans. Them joints ain't too bad. I seen a couple pairs that may qualify as beat, but they was like $287.
Crazy.
And I was like, let me throw them in the watch list, dude. I hit that little heart on eBay, put them in my watch list. I was going to add them to cart, but I was like, let me go ahead and watch these for me. But I did cop orange Dub Tap Vans. Didn't you buy the orange ones, or did Andy buy the orange ones? Which ones you bought? And on the back of the Vans, it had that little lip that hung over, and you...
Nah, not me.
Nah, yeah, it was, because you deterred me from
Only
buying
ones
them.
I ever bought was these, but these are like 10 years old at least. And then I had the olive ones, but they're gone, I think. I sold them
Okay,
or something.
somebody bought them, and then you saw how they made the sole, and the back of the sole hung over the edge, and you deterred me from buying them when they came out. Glad I didn't, because I got them on eBay for about $59. High tops, got them, and then I bought Kaz and Andy Warhol t-shirts off of, what's that store called?
You're out of control, man.
Unique, whatever that store's called, that Japanese store, I think it is.
Podcast must be doing good, huh? No,
Podcast
I'm just
Podcast makes...
I'm just
Nah,
I'm just
honestly, what's funny about that, you bring it up, what's funny is like, had COVID not hit, because I know a lot of people did well during COVID with, doing whatever, PPE, and we gonna get into that stuff, but like, before the pandemic hit, we were about to get a couple deals, and once the pandemic hit, it was like, sorry, buddy, we don't have the money anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Now we in the red. Man, we been
not
for a
in the
long
red,
time.
been in the red.
Bam, we in the dark red. But I got some car shirts for my son and my daughter. And I know I bought another sneaker, but I can't remember what it is. I know I bought it. Oh, fam, let me say something real quick to everybody listening to this podcast, because I know a lot of you hit me up, and I feel bad, right? Nike changed the rule on how you can return stuff now, okay?
This is the second time you said this.
No, I didn't.
What's the?
I
You
didn't.
did.
No, I didn't. So the first time I talked about returning sneakers, because Nike didn't have a date at all. It wasn't no 60 days, 30 days. I was returning stuff all the way from 2018, 2019, in the beginning of this year.
Right now,
So
it's
when
like store credit or something.
So I got on the podcast, and I told everybody that cats was running to the stores taking stuff back, and they was good, right? But then cats lately been like, yo, fam, Nike won't take my stuff back. And I bought it in like this year, and I'm like, huh? I was like, nah, like, where'd you go? They were like, oh, I went to like the regular Nike town. I'm like, nah, I go to the outlet. So I went to I'm going to follow my own thing like I always do. Never been denied, right? Never been, all right? Went to Tanger, right? Had my I'm a Minier 5s, right? Because I wanted the black pair, not that white pair. Although the white pair is fire, I went up there, took the joints to the counter, like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and take these back. They was like, nah, these joints 60 days past the day. I was like, 60 days? I was like, no. I've brought stuff back here since 2018, 2017. Ain't nobody tripped. I've had stuff that's like 5 years old that I returned. He was like, not no more. And I was like, what? He was like, the rule changed. They was like 60 days and that's it. Now they did say if I call the store, they'll mail me call the hotline or whatever they call it. They'll mail me a label and I can ship them back. But I don't know. So everybody listen to this podcast, it's over.
They said
It's
no
over.
return at all or just store credit. Because that's
They
different.
said-
I'm pretty sure Hannah told me it was store credit if it's over.
I think maybe they said they'll give me a gift card, maybe.
Yes.
All right. I don't want no gift. Come on.
I understand that. I'm just saying you still can return it. It's just a different way of getting your money back now. Buddy, you're going to go spend money on clothes or whatever anyway.
If they would have returned it on a Visa gift card,
Charge you 8%.
they would have returned it to me that way. All right.
Thank you.
But other than that, that's it. So I got nothing else, man. But other than that, like I said, man, I appreciate Drey coming on the podcast real quick. We'll talk to Drey about sneakers. We'll go talk to Drey about baseball, a couple things real quick. George, let's do releases real quick.
Yeah, so we do releases. If you have anything to say about any of this nonsense, jump in. That's normally what
You got
we do.
GoDap?
Talk about like,
No?
What's that? Yeah, I'll go.
You got Goat? I mean,
So we'll,
Yeah, I
we'll
mean-
say like what's coming out. You can say whether or not you like it, if you're buying it, if you think it'll resell or whatever.
Since you
My
selling
phone
your
doesn't
free
die.
time, whether or not you think it'll sell, whether or not you
Most
think it
listen,
wouldn't.
we know so like you're in the market, you know what stuff does well and whatnot. Same thing with us. Like we know the stuff we used to be willing to pay more than retail for. For the most part, that's about 1% of the items. Should I say it in the past tense? We used to have somebody who would take care of us, and now we don't know.
Oh, no. I hope
Is
he
it on your
okay.
hat?
Huh?
Is he on your hat?
No.
No.
Nah, I've just known Jeremy for a while, so he's
a good dude.
He's a good dude, yeah. But
He
no,
treats you better than he treats us, though.
well, I would hope so. He trying to get you to spend that money in there. That's why. I mean,
All the hats we done bought and clothes we done bought.
no, I'm just saying,
Oh,
when you know
okay.
someone has deeper pockets, you're gonna try to get them to spend their money. I mean, so yeah, you would take care of it, fam. I think that's normal business practice. Nah, but we knew Jeremy, like we've known Jeremy since he started the store, pretty much. So like,
Okay.
yeah, he refuses to be on the show because I guess he doesn't like being on camera, doesn't want to talk, but yeah, he's a good dude.
You're a cool cat.
And he used to he moved, but he used to live like basically around the corner from me.
I was trying to buy like 100 pairs of the Canaries when they first came out. I was like, I got you on one. Like, come on, man.
All right, so there's a 991 V2 coming out, New Balance.
New Balance English. I'm okay with it.
But you're not buying it.
I mean, fam, it's yellow. I'm not fed. I love the yellow because it reminds me of Kill Bill stuff. I
Okay,
look like
thank
Kill
you.
Bill stuff, but
All right.
but I don't know why it's yellow. It's a city pack and it's Asian
We skip a lot
Pacific.
of shit too, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna read everything on that.
It's
list.
Asian
I can't rock New Balance. I have to wear that shit on the field. So
Oh, really?
I'm completely out of New Balance.
Wait a minute. Hold on for a second.
Off the field, I don't mess with New Balance.
But on the field, you do?
I have to.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. Now, this is our first time having an athlete on here. I got questions then.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to on the field. You don't have to off the field.
No,
Why?
they don't pay me enough.
That's an option?
I mean, I'm not mad at that statement, but you don't think there's anything that you would want to wear casually?
I mean, no, not really, honestly.
Wait, hold on. No, like that's an option when you make those type of deals? Like,
Yeah, because it's all on-field stuff. So they take care of your on-field situations in the sense of like they'll supply you with your cleats,
oh, okay.
undergarments,
Yeah.
like all that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
New Balance don't
But
like
they
me
got to
too
give
much.
you.
I hope
They
they
got
can
to
see
give
this
you a
'cause-
rep who will let you just pick out whatever sportswear stuff you want, though, right? Or no?
Yeah, I mean, I can
Okay.
I can get most of this stuff
Sure,
too,
sure.
but it's just more of the fact of like,
Oh, okay. See, I've
You're
always
not gonna bother with it. You don't care.
no.
Well, see, I've always wondered that because we talk about, obviously it's a sneaker podcast, but we've talked about athletes because I always said to myself, if I would had the opportunity to be an athlete, I think what would be more important to me is what I can wear off the basketball court or whatever than on it. Because if I was signed to like Adidas or something, and which Adidas probably would never allow, I'd be like, fam, I still got to be able to wear J's off the court. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and that's all. Most deals are only on, like on field, on court.
Really?
Like that's how they're mostly are.
oh, okay. See, I didn't know that.
Like for instance, like Shohei, like I don't know what his deal entails,
Right.
but it could be like they're paying him so much money. It's like you need to wear all this stuff off the field. Now, let's say I go and I do something for the D-backs outside, like community service or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's required that I wear it.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's man.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shohei can do whatever he wants, but I
No,
get
100%.
I get where you're coming from. Like,
yeah.
Look at
He
that.
just seems like when you see him pulling up to games and stuff, he seems like that he likes to wear that kind of stuff though. Like his whole aesthetic is like essentials aesthetic or whatever. You know what I
get
mean?
paid
Like,
$500 million.
Sure,
You'll wear
sure.
whatever the hell you want. Right?
Yeah.
I'll wear that shit 10 times a day. Now I'll sleep in it.
Yeah, I'll wear
I'll
it.
sleep in it.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
That's a good one.
What else coming out?
Jordan 17 UNC low.
I'm not mad at the shoe because I had 17 highs or mids, whatever came in the suitcase. But $300 for a low top? Fam, that's retail. $300 for a low
Actually,
top?
that's actually a decent segue to a question. You get stuff early ever, or have you tried, or does it sell for more early?
Yeah, so I try to. I don't have the
Okay, you haven't gotten the,
the
sourcing
exact
yet.
source
Okay.
to get it in. I know a couple guys that I can go to. They might have a couple pairs, but they also tax too.
Yeah.
So
The reason why I ask is because I'm looking on GOAT right now, and those 17s are like the ask. Now I'm assuming they're not selling, but the ask is like $550, and we know when they come out they'll be below retail. So
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why anyone would pay that.
But
Yeah.
but if you're putting a low top at 300 retail, what's the high top going to be or mid? Like this is the low top version. Low top is always historically at least $20 cheaper.
Who knows?
Fam, come on, fam. 300 for a low top? No thank you.
and that's what Nike's doing.
No thank
Well,
you.
I mean, you
Nike's
saw
doing.
you put it on the topic list, but you saw what on yours did. Is anyone buying 17s? Who's waiting for those 17s? The UNC's basketball team?
I don't think they waiting for him. I think they got him. I think they in the locker.
I'm just saying.
I think they in the locker. Basketball and football team.
People who never owned them originally, maybe. I mean, like you would think it would be the reverse way, where like people who have nostalgia want them, but at this point, it might only be people who never got a chance to have it.
I think during this era, I don't even know what year this came out. Like that nostalgia. I don't know if that generation has nostalgia. Like they have a different type of nostalgia. Like Jordan 17 nostalgia. I don't know about that.
I've never really been into the 17s.
Really.
Like even growing up, like I just feel like they've never really. Maybe before me,
yeah.
before I really got into them, they were something.
I ain't mad at them. If they was like,
I mean, they might be a good hooping shoe.
yeah, I
Like,
caught them
don't-
at the outlet.
But I mean, there's no way you catch me rocking out. And
Nothing after
those.
14 was the last. I'm old, bro. 14 was the last one I cared about.
Ferrari
I didn't care about
14s are
nothing after that.
disgusting. My favorite shoe, bro.
Oh wait, disgusting in a good way?
Yeah.
Ferrari 14s?
Yeah.
You do know the
thought
difference
that,
with
you
them,
thought
right?
that at one point too.
Oh, hold on now. When I copped them, they was a must cop. I paid over $300 for them because I was like, these joints is crazy.
I wouldn't pay a lot for them, but like if I'm gonna buy a 14, those are the 14.
Now, when I got them in person,
It's one piece upper.
it's one
yeah.
piece of upper.
Yeah.
Which I hated that because I'm so used to the toe box and the little pieces and all the additional leather pieces. That one piece of suede just threw me for a loop. Like the red ones. I was like, I couldn't get jiggy with them joints. Like I was wearing
because it's one piece.
Because it's just one piece. It felt like it's missing something. I was in my kitchen.
What you want? 3 pieces?
Yeah, I want all the pieces to it. I want the toe box. I want the back. I want all the pieces to it. One piece of suede is crazy. It makes the shape.
Well,
look
that
crazy.
shoe used to be crazy expensive too, didn't it?
Stupid high. I paid
and
$350.
What was the yellow one? That was also Ferrari.
Yeah.
Ferrari yellow, Ferrari red. Were they both Ferrari?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Both of them spiders.
All right.
I mean, I feel like that's the only 14 that I know.
Oh, really?
like, you
Black
know-
toes, last shots.
I mean, I just like I stopped my cutoff was the 11s or I'd get taxi 12s. After that, I'm
You was good.
13s, no 13s for me.
Yo, like 13s, or you just
Nah,
don't buy?
I'm just not a big. I used to be a high top person, and then now I'm all low top.
Oh yeah, we all low top now.
Yeah.
I didn't realize so many people didn't like 13s. I thought everybody loved the Jordan 13s.
You go on the market now, and they're crazy high. Like some of these 13s are insanely
yeah.
high. You used to be able to. I could trade a pair of Fireberry LeBron 9s for 4 pairs of them back in the day.
Didn't you have Fireberries? Did we both have
I
Fireberries?
don't remember.
That was
the
my
silver
first
ones?
shoe ever.
Oh yeah, that's
First
right.
shoe
We're gonna
ever.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna
Yeah.
ask you how you got his sneakers. What else come about this week? This one always happens with releases. We get all caught up.
Women's one oxidized green low. Not bad, obviously.
It's
simple,
bad.
simple shoe.
I love low tops, but that looks like a golf one. It's too much white.
It does. I mean, just simple shoe. I don't know who Alexis Sabaloni. I don't know who that is, but Dunk SB Low.
Probably WNBA player.
Somebody gonna get mad at us again for not knowing another female.
Probably. Let's see.
It's normal.
Sabaloni. What else come out?
Apparently it's a pack because there's also a Converse
no.
coming out.
Alexa Sabaloni is a goofy-footed American professional skateboarder. Who is ranked 12th in the world as of July 2021.
I definitely wouldn't know then. Was she in the Olympics?
No, she's 38.
Oh, okay.
She went to Bernard College.
That's why she was not in the Olympics.
Okay.
Supreme high and low. Is it the first time the highs came out, or the highs been out before?
Nah,
the black and white pack.
these are mids. They ain't high.
You know what I mean? Same
High.
thing.
You know what's crazy? All the sneakers that I've owned in my entire life, I've never owned a mid or a high Air Force One. Something is telling me I gotta buy one of these.
Nah, I don't do it.
I've never had one to walk around with the Velcro loose and a backwards Yankee hat.
Don't do it. You know what? Let's just skip these altogether because they don't need to be talked about. That shoe is absurd. If you buy it, you're a fool. What I'm going to skip to real quick, because I've actually heard people hype about this, but apparently AirTech Challenge 2 lavas. I got people texting me that don't buy sneakers, and they're like, how am I going to get these? Or like on Twitter, I seen, this is the closest I'll get to Yeezy 2s. I was like, buddy, aren't they cheap? If you go back and buy the one from 2020 or whatever they last released, are they not cheap?
So, I don't know. Okay. Now, AirTech Challenge 2s on eBay and go with their relatively reasonable. StockX, they're pretty high.
Yeah.
But on eBay, they're not that cheap. No, AirTech Challenge 2s. Now, look.
Came out twice recently.
Hold on. AirTech Challenge 2s, if you listen to this podcast, hundreds of people have messaged me about these, all right? It's the greatest sneaker of all time, okay? To me, okay?
It came out in 2019. That was what it was. I said 2020, 2019.
Yeah. Now, I have of lavas, I got maybe 4 or 5 pairs of lavas, all right? Of AirTech Challenge 2s, I might have about 15, okay? Now, I think I've worn every single pair except my digitals and greens and whatnot, but these are fire. These are a must cop. They're on Sneakers app already. Andre Agassi AirTech Challenge 2 with a vintage, and it has the OG lava. It don't got that new lava, all right? It got lava from Mount St. Helens.
Yeah.
It got original Hawaii lava.
They painted it in a different location.
It got real lava. All right? It don't got in the vintage colorway with the bottom already. Are you copping?
Listen. The vintage look is nice. Buy the one from 2019. Vintage your own shit. I mean,
Drey says no. Now I know why Drey would say no. Okay, these right here, Drey. Let me tell you something.
They're mid.
They are
right up on my ankles.
They are
look,
Drey.
bro, I got look, man. I got skinny ass legs. If I wear this bulky ass shoe on my foot, I'll be looking like a clown.
Now you maybe got skinny legs. Now see, I avoid highs and stuff because obviously I'm shorter than everybody else in here, so they go up to my kneecaps. All right, but these right here are OG cut mid. You'll be all right. I try to get George to wear more mid and high stuff all the time. You guys got the bodies for him. You're taller, bigger, whatever. I can't. But Drey, let me tell you something. If you've never had a pair of AirTech Challenge 2s, and if you like Yeezy 2s, this is what the Yeezy 2 was modeled after. People, some know, some don't know. It's one of the greatest. It is the greatest sneaker of all time, to me. All right, hands down. All right.
I just don't understand why the vintage look can't be the only reason people are going crazy. And talking about
because people just they tapped out of Jordans.
Is there a limited release on it, or is it just people that like it? Because you got people that they only go for stuff because it's limited and they can then sell it, or you got people that actually like the sneaker.
It's sort of like all the Jordan 1s, remastered or reimagined. It's reimagined in a vintage more look. It's more this one's probably more considered the traditional real OG to the original one. The other ones were a little bit wonky, a little bit. They were fine, but this one, honestly, I think people look at this.
The shape of the stuff Nike has been releasing lately has been better and more closer to the original shape of stuff. I understand why that excites people, but if you already paid $150 4 years ago, why are you going to pay $150 again? I just don't. It doesn't make. Just wear the one you have in your
Oh, no,
closet
no.
more, and it'll look like that.
No, hold
it'll
on.
look dusty.
Yeah,
like
but you
this.
know, and you know,
What do you-
you know how I feel. If I already own versions of it, I don't go out and buy a new version of
Yes.
it. But this one right here.
All right.
All
You did that with Mac Attacks, and then you were like, "Oh, that was a mistake."
Oh, hold on, Mac Attacks didn't release for like what 40 years, and then they came back out. Them
Am I
joints was
right?
Weird.
Am
Yeah,
I-
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'm just saying if I'm right or wrong.
All right, But I don't wear gray sneakers. Gray sneakers are weird.
I'm saying any of those colors. That
I
came
got 'em
out.
still.
I know you still have them.
Okay.
You realized it was a mistake, which I told you.
Yeah, you're right.
Let me say this other one because I don't want to get any hate for skipping stuff that's associated with the collab with the woman. I'm assuming this is a woman. I don't want to get in trouble. All right. Is Jonquel Jones a woman? Because it sounds like it.
Yeah, I think she plays for the NBA.
Okay, good.
I mean WNBA.
Okay. KD 17 collab Bahamas. Mm-hmm. No,
I'm assuming she's from the
no, I'm
Bahamas.
not buying it.
Let's see these.
The green shoe, the green KD that's just right before the AirTech Challenge. Powder Puff Girls, Chuck
My
Taylor
fault.
collab pack. You buying them for
For my daughter?
not for yourself? Yes, for your daughter.
No, my daughter doesn't know what the Powerpuff Girls are.
Is it a risque thing? I thought it was a cartoon, kids cartoon.
Yeah, but my daughter's 8. Like Powerpuff Girls ain't been on TV for like. Actually, I have no idea how long.
Oh, why? That's not something I would know.
Oh,
I don't got kids, by the way.
I
Make
don't
it
know.
clear, like-
I mean, look, the only reason why I would even buy this or support this is because the person who designed our first logo for the podcast is a friend of mine who was an illustrator, animator for Powerpuff Girls. That would be the only way I would want to buy this. But I'm gonna buy this for myself. Now for my daughter, maybe, but she doesn't know who the Powerpuff Girls are. Did boys watch Powerpuff Girls?
I have no idea.
Did you watch Powerpuff Girls? That's probably your era, right?
Yeah, I didn't.
Was
I
it?
didn't watch
Is it like a
I'm
Nickelodeon? Or
SpongeBob.
what is it?
SpongeBob. Yeah, it's about that same era.
Yeah.
I don't know. They had powers. I don't know. I know nothing about them. No.
Okay, so you don't know either then.
Nope.
But it's not a current show that like
No.
kids would know. Okay.
But I did want the Powerpuff Girls.
Because they've been doing
Green
a lot
Dump,
of
the Green Dump was
collabs
fire.
lately. They did an SB collab. That's a big collab.
That's a huge collab. And they got Air Force One Powerpuff Girls coming out as well.
And the cartoon's not even on no more. When did it stop? 10 years ago? 5 years ago?
Been a while. Though.
And they getting collabs now. Okay, okie dokie.
Hey, man.
Maybe we're wrong. I don't know. I mean, I haven't turned on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I don't even know
For a
what
long
channel it
time.
is.
Right,
My
but
kids
you,
watch
but,
streaming.
but bro, the way social media is these days, like you would see the memes, like SpongeBob memes. I see every single
100%,
day
yeah.
logging on to Twitter. You know what I mean? Like even though I
Those
don't,
are funny.
I've never watched a cartoon a day in my life, but I know all the clips from Twitter.
I've seen all the SpongeBob movies because SpongeBob movies were fun. I've never watched a cartoon. It's such a confusing thing. Anyways,
They did a thing where they were under the sea and there was a I don't know why we talking about SpongeBob now. They went in like a air, like a human had a thing where it was only air, no water, and SpongeBob went in and dried out, and it was under the water. I was like, it was a reversal of being a human in the water. Like I don't get it.
we're going to ask Drey about his cleats. He wears custom cleats on the mound.
Anyways, I'm a Montier, Jordan 39. What does the while you were sleeping mean? Is that
That's just what all those Amamenyers
I know,
like to
but
call.
what does that-
I don't know, I guess while we were sleeping.
all right?
Been sleeping on
Yeah,
it.
slept through the
Yeah,
release
well, yeah.
more
Cat sleeping on them.
intentionally. Jordan 3, gray cement. No, not buying. Nobody's buying it.
Gray cement. Ain't cement gray?
Cement gray, whatever. That's what it says. I don't know.
Okie dokie. There's so many other threes you can buy that look just like this.
Another Reebok coming out. That's up your alley. Answer 3, vintage.
Now, I do appreciate the colors on these, but I'm not buying no irises. Sorry.
Oh, actually, these are up your alley too. Dame 9.
Them ain't up my I'm not buying no Bathing Ape basketball
I'm
sneakers.
sorry. You're a Bape fan. I mean, I gotta
Love
ask you.
Bape. Now, Bape Ultra Boost? Oh, yeah, 100%. I got them on my watch list on eBay as well. I got a lot of stuff on my watch list.
Most of this other stuff you probably didn't even save images of.
I already
so-
made graphics for everything, bro. I'm ahead of you. So
that's
you can
what
go
I'm saying.
ahead, knock yourself out.
Dion. I'm sure you made a Dion for that. I'm sure you made an image for Dion.
A Diamond Turf 96? Yeah, I got that.
Colorado.
Look, I love Arizona State. That's my college.
I don't see anything else on here that you would have images
I got,
for.
trust me, every single one that you see, I made a graphic for it.
Dunk Low Limited.
Made it.
Biker tattoos. What does
Made
that
it.
mean?
Biker tattoos. I don't know.
What does that mean?
Fam, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know. What else you got? Oh, hold on. That Volmero at the top, Photon
I
Dust
don't
Black.
see a Vomero. I see. That's what I was. Oh, that's the one you're talking about.
That right there
looks
is
like a plain shoe.
No. The black is added to it. The regular Photon Dust don't got black on it. With the black, banger, Mike Cop.
Man, you made it seem like it was like a collab Vomero that was coming out.
It is. It's gonna be a collaboration times me.
Yes, your foot and a Vomero.
It's gonna collab with me. It's gonna collab with my jeans, my body.
These size Canyon Rust though, fire.
Size Canyon Rust. Oh, the Nike Air Max DN? Fam, Size is in United Kingdom. They don't got canyons. So I don't know why they making a Canyon Rust sneaker. All right. United Kingdom got lush green grass. All right. It
I'm
rains
sorry,
all day.
those are fire.
Let me see. No, them ain't.
Yes, they are.
They look like for girls.
You say that about most shoes, so
I buy.
I think that's it because you said we're doing an episode next week too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's it. That's the last one. I mean, Luca 3 Motorsport. I'm sure you don't care about that.
That's fine. That's it for this week.
That's it.
Appreciate everybody who likes, subscribe, share this podcast. Like I said, we got a special guest in the building. We got the homie Drey Jameson. Oh, I call you homie, right? You the homie now. He been here long enough.
So
he been in the podcast room long enough. You the homie now.
probably I should already know the answer. Were you drafted out of high school or did you go to college first?
I went to college.
Oh, okay. All right. You didn't go to Notre Dame, did you?
No.
Okay, because you said Indiana, so I didn't know if that was.
Ball State, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
So let's talk real quick because, obviously, you're in the rehab process right now, looking to come back next season and whatnot. And, obviously, me and George played a lot of sports growing up. And, obviously we don't look like it. I'm short and he's, gigantic. But, I've always wanted to ask a professional athlete like this, having the opportunity to be drafted and stuff like that. Like, how does it feel to, be a professional athlete? Like, it has to be one of the best feelings in the world.
Yeah.
At times.
I mean, for sure. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, too.
Right.
It's a grind. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, as a kid growing up, my dream was to be a professional athlete. I didn't know what sport.
Right.
I was just that's something I want to do because I'd always say, how am I going to afford all this candy?
Right.
Because when I was a kid, I was always just wanting candy. I'm like, how am I going to be able to afford candy? So that's just a funny little thing. But yeah, man, it's really cool. It's really fun. You get to meet a lot of some of these people that you meet.
Right.
I watched them growing up as a kid, and it's now you're across the dugout with them, or you're in the dugout with them.
Right.
So it's really cool, and I just cherish every moment of it.
That's dope. With rehab going on right now, obviously you're looking forward to coming back next season. So how's that going? Rehab going good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a long process, that's for sure.
So can you explain, just to the listeners and whatnot? Because we always, in our thread, when we talking baseball and stuff, we always talking about Tommy Johns. Now, we usually talk about it when we're talking about the Mets because our friend's a Mets fan, and it feels like everybody in the Mets gets Tommy John surgery. What exactly is it? Because, obviously growing up, Tommy Johns back in the day was like, oh, no. But it seems like it's pretty popular now amongst, pitchers that getting it quite often and coming back and being good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously technology and all that kind of stuff, when a surgery's been done for years upon years, it just gets better over time.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, the recovery rate on it now, I'm pretty sure is 95% or something like that. It's pretty high.
Okay.
But basically, yeah, I mean, they'll just cut you open.
Oh, really?
And then they go in and they
Do
basically, so what they did with me was they went in and repaired my UCL that I already had that was torn. So they repair that, and then they take a ligament out of or I don't know if it's a ligament, tendon, whatever, out of your wrist.
So they don't even use cadavers anymore. They use your
so
own stuff. Oh,
exactly. So if you were to put your thumb to your ring finger, you'll have this little thing come in, and they cut you open, they take that out.
Oh, really?
And they put that in there too.
That's crazy.
And then they have a brace, and then they brace it all up, sew you back together.
Really? Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Going good though, right?
Yeah, it's going good.
Right on time to play next
Hopefully.
spring training?
That's the goal.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea that was doing it. They were. I mean, baseball was probably the sport that I followed closest growing up and whatnot. So and especially being in Los Angeles, because I'm sure the majority of the doctors that Tommy John played for the Dodgers. You know what I mean? So the doctors that originally, I think the first ones to do it were affiliated with the organization. So I've always kind of followed that closely, but I had no idea they weren't doing I thought they were taking it from like your leg or like a
They can.
cadaver.
They still do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so they do. So not everyone has that.
Oh,
so
got
like,
it.
Like
Okay.
some people don't even have that tendon right there in your arm. Like
That's crazy.
you could do it, and some people legitly don't have it at all. It's a pointless tendon. It does nothing for you.
Sure.
So, but if you don't, yeah, they'll take it out of your, like I think it's your
crazy,
hammy.
bro.
Look at that. Psst.
Blighter man, Black
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
got it. His
Yeah.
is straight. I know Spider-Man got it.
Blighter man.
But let's talk about, you on the field, man. One of the things, reading a lot of articles about you and things like that, stories about you in baseball. The one thing that is always highlighted is your cleats on the field and stuff like that. So I always see, I've seen people say you got the best cleats in baseball. I've seen a lot of things and posts on social media about your cleats. Bringing that personality to the mound, what made you decide, that's what you want to do? You got your Scooby-Doos, you seen your SpongeBob cleats, we've seen all that. Who does those for you?
And so it's a guy out of New York, Lucia, or
Okay.
it's Lucia or Lucia. I don't know how you
Okay.
say his name, but it's funny because I actually was getting just Air Forces and stuff like that customized from him. And then they released that ban. So what, 3-4 years ago, you couldn't even, it had to be color coordinated to your team. You couldn't even wear you couldn't really dive in and actually put
That's
cartoons
crazy because
and
I
stuff
feel
on your
like
stuff.
the other leagues are going the opposite way. Like where the NBA and the NFL used to be super strict, and now they're lax on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
MLB did the reverse.
Well, now they're just, hey, do whatever you want.
Oh, now, okay, got it.
Yeah, now it's you can do whatever you want on your cleats because at that point, you could really show what kind of person you are through just something as small as what's on your feet, you know? So yeah, I mean, when I was in high, I actually got a pair of Rick and Morty turfs made, and that was the first thing. And at that point, I don't even think anyone in baseball at that point had done anything like that. And then I just started adding. And then I got a SpongeBob, Scooby-Doo, and it just kind of I feel now I started it at first and no one else had cartoons on their cleats.
Right.
And now I go and look and everyone's cartooned out.
Well, what's funny is I remember that sort of when you started noticing the baseball players wearing the Jordan cleats and things like that. Nothing customized, nothing really too out there that showed that personality.
I think, at least I know somebody who their wife sent. This is before Jordan Brand and Nike started making actual Jordan cleats and whatnot for now they're mass produced. I'm sure they made them at some point for people who were signed to Jordan, but I remember somebody sent their sneakers, their wife took their sneakers or girlfriend, sent them to a company,
And they turned them into
swapped them.
cleats.
They swapped the sole out. So now Jordan Brand, whatever, is making so many now that Jordan 1 cleats, every football player, every baseball player who has sponsored by Jordan Brand. So it's crazy how that it's like everything, evolution. You know what I mean? Stuff is eventually going to get to the point where trends catch up. That's crazy though.
Yeah.
So then when you get your on the field New Balances and cleats and trainers and things like that, do you got to send them to them to do the work, or do they go straight from New Balance to them to do the work, or do you have that relationship with the customizer?
Yeah, so I just basically I'll have them sent straight to Lucia or Lucia, I don't know.
Right.
But they'll get sent straight to him. He usually tries to get them done as fast as possible, and then he ships them out to me.
So you saw his work on Instagram or something, or?
Yeah, so I mean, I was with him, 2019, really.
Okay.
I got a pair of, I might have been before that actually, because I was customizing Air Forces.
Yeah.
So then it kind of evolved into that, and I'm pretty sure I would be one of the first people that really was kind of diving in and getting stuff done with him.
Right.
And now, I mean, he's big.
Okay.
He's really big in it now.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know how you pronounce it. I always say
Mosh.
Yeah.
Mosh.
But he's always talking with him, and he's sent him some stuff before, but I've never been. I mean, I'm old, bro. I've never been in the custom shoes or whatever. But that came way too late in my life. You know what I mean? People putting numbers and images and whatever on sneakers. But I just know. I remember before Mosh had his own shoe line or whatever. That's what he was known for. He would do all the athletes in Minnesota. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah. And he does a few baseball
Got
people and
popular.
stuff like that. But shout out to Mosh though, man. He's been doing cleats and stuff like that. He does a lot of all the football players, like, during that.
There
stuff like
are some customizers who live out here too. I mean, I'm sure they're not as big as the people who are national, but yeah, like.
Oh yeah,
we
we
know.
know.
You've known
plenty
any
of
of your teammates or whatever using any people.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone uses someone different. Honestly, it's kind of. There's another big one. Well known. Oh shit.
There's so many. There's so many out there.
Stadium kicks or stadium goods or something. Like
Probably. Well, not stadium goods.
Not
Had
stadium
a business.
goods.
That was a store.
No, it's stadium. I don't know.
I know
Something
what
like
you're
that.
talking about, though. I think
Something
I seen
like
it on
that.
Instagram a few times. Or whatnot.
Yeah.
So obviously, came in here to talk about sneakers. So what got you into sneakers, man? It seems like that's a big popular thing with you online, knowing that Drey got sneakers. So what's funny is I'm looking on like MLB, and I'm like, looking at his bio, just looking at the bio and whatnot. His bio,
MLB bio too.
And his bio, it says first pair of sneakers, LeBron 9s. I'm like,
The Fireberries.
Fireberry. So talk about what got you into sneakers, man. Says you've been into them since 7th grade.
Yeah. So I didn't really like just dive in like, oh, I love sneakers, but like, you go school shopping and you got $300, grandma, grandpa threw some money in.
Right.
It's like, okay, well,
Trying to make that money.
I'm just going to buy a pair of shoes and then I'll get like a t-shirt or something. Go just get the outfit instead of like really getting some stuff for school. So I've always like had that like passion for sneakers in the sense of like, I just like what you wear on your, like I'll wear if you look at me now, like I'll wear the shittiest clothes that you can, but I always have something nice on my feet.
Right. And he's wearing trophy room.
Oh yeah, these
one lows right now for those listening.
Yeah. But anyways, so my mom ended up buying me the LeBron 9 Fireberries.
Right.
And I might have had them for a week. And me and my brother, I was on like Instagram, Craigslist, like all that stuff. Just kind of like searching around, like seeing, shoes. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to trade. I want to trade. And I forget what they're called, but it's the Jordan, they got like the 23s all on the side. Like,
after 14s, they were like,
are they
maybe
like
23s.
I think they're called the 23s.
I think they were the 23s.
Jordan 23s.
Remember it had a,
I think
it
in my head
MJ.
I can picture what
Yeah,
you're talking
MJ.
about.
Yeah, and then it has a fingerprint on the tongue.
Yeah. Them was one of the better ones after 14.
Well, they're popping now. They're like
that
they're
model,
up there in value
that's
now.
one of the better models, especially for basketballs. I remember Chris Paul used to wear them quite often. He used to have a couple New Orleans colorways in it, but that model was one of the better models after 14. It doesn't get talked about enough.
Yeah.
I think Soul Play came out with the retro probably about 2-3 years ago, but that joint is fire.
Yeah.
So you traded. Now hold on. Now you traded Fireberry LeBron 9s for the 23.
Beat Fireberry LeBron 9.
Now,
What, like in a week you beat him up that much?
Oh, bro. I mean,
but
I was in 7th grade going hooping, playing backyard football.
Okay.
Like those are my shoes. I had one pair of shoes.
Now, you gotta really listen to the era that he's talking about, because that's when me and you was outside. Stupid LeBron 9 era. I couldn't even tell you how many LeBron.
I mean, I wasn't playing backyard
Bro,
football.
that is
I was an old man.
still
but
to
yes.
this day, my all-time favorite shoe is LeBron 10 MVP. No one's beating that shoe.
LeBron. Oh, is that the red one?
No, that's the two, like, basically they're the...
Like what the?
Yeah, they're like the what the.
Okay, I know what you're talking
MVPs,
about.
Yeah.
So that LeBron 9 era, George and I may have had. I couldn't even tell you how many LeBron 9s we bought. We was in the streets out of control. All right.
The South Beaches are fire.
Floridians.
Yeah.
We was buying up LeBron 9s left and right. Remember we almost bought a crate?
The store probably closed after you got drafted, but there used to be a Nike. What year you think Nike
Scottsdale closed? Shoot.
It had to be before he got drafted, right? Or before you would.
It was before.
But they had that shoe. They had the first South Beach. And I think for the most part, people didn't realize the store even existed because it was like a soft opening.
Wait, you talking about 8 or 9?
No, the first South Beach.
Oh, South Beach 8. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. The first one. But I feel like no one even knew the store existed.
They didn't.
And then all of a sudden, people, like that shoe obviously caught on.
Yeah.
But I think they sat. I could be mistaken.
No, they
People
did.
correct in Phoenix. Correct me. But I think they sat at that store for a little while.
So probably before you got out here, like during that era, I can't remember what year Nike Scottsdale.
It's at
opened.
Scottsdale Quarter. It's not there.
It's out of
I don't know
Okay.
how many times you
I don't
want
wanna
to
say it
Scottsdale
would-
Quarter, but it used to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's out of business or if they just closed it, but it didn't get a lot more
Nah,
traffic.
Scottsdale, Nike Scottsdale?
Yeah.
No, they definitely closed it.
Closed it or went out of business? Or is it the same thing?
Well, Nike don't go out of business, fam. I mean,
Bam. But like it's rare. It's rare for a Nike. Well, actually, you know what? Let's
They
take that
go
back.
out of business.
Let's take
They
that back
closed.
because Nike Miami closed at one point. Now it's open again. But anyways, but that Nike when it first opened, and that's still in the Phone Positive era, LeBron, like all them eras, cats didn't know it was open. You used to walk in there, you used to see all that stuff that like
The copper phones.
just sitting there, everything, you know. But yeah, that LeBron 9 era, good lord.
well,
like,
that stopped with Cool Gray 11s because there was
That's
a
when the
camp out
store
for
went
that.
stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like the Christmas release that year.
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's how you got your sneakers.
Yeah,
just like
so it's just kind of like that's where the trading, selling kind of started, and then like in high school, like we had sneakerheads in high school,
Oh, yeah.
and it's like you'd always wear your shoes in. And I was that dude that put like the grocery bags over my shoes.
that. You know, mess them up.
I mean,
Hell
you
yeah,
live
walk
in
in
Indiana, y'all got weather. We
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
got weather.
I mean, we
here,
had
so
snow,
it's
so it was
different.
like you're stomping in these grocery bags, and then you
Right.
take them off. You walk up to your buddy, you take them off, you trade right there. Man, hey, throw me $20, something. You just hustle it out,
Right.
And I just kind of got that passion for it. It was fun. It was.
Right.
It gives you a little bit of an
That's
adrenaline
funny,
rush.
bro.
So
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've never lived. I lived in Flagstaff. I went to NAU, so I mean, I guess for like the couple years I was there, you kind of had, inclement. What's it called? Incremental weather. or-
Incremental?
No, not incremental. Like when you have bad weather. Like,
Bad weather.
well, thank you.
That's all I got for you.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you for the contribution. But no, like that's the only time I've ever lived in an area with bad. Like I grew up in LA. I lived in Phoenix. I lived in Tucson. Like always a place you ain't got to really worry about. Maybe like dust. So
I lived in Oregon. We
Summer
put the
dust or
grocery
whatever,
bags
that's it.
on our feet.
but you're not talking about necessarily sneakers. You saying in general, right?
We
Like
put them grocery bags. We put our foot in that snow boot, and we was in Oregon like this. Used to walk 37 miles to school.
Yeah, but that's not a sneaker related thing. That's just like you got a lot of rain. That's different, buddy.
Oh no, it was snowing. You go to sleep, clear. Wake up, snow.
Not like in Indiana though. I mean,
In Oregon,
fam, you act like I've never been to Portland. I got people
you ain't
who
been to
live
Portland
there.
when I was there.
All right. Portland got a lot of rain. They don't got a lot of snow. They might have some snow, but it's not.
Yeah, it rained 300 days a year out
Okay.
there. You know what's funny is you talk about going out school shopping. I remember when we
I
would
used
go
to come
school
home and lay
shopping-
my stuff out.
Oh, come on, man. I used to
I'm
wear
just saying,
picture.
like,
yeah. I used to wear my sneakers in the house and touch all the door sills. I used to do everything, and I couldn't
all right,
wait.
that's different. You
Now-
was over here doing crossovers earlier. So.
Now you're right because my knee ain't right. Something ain't right about it.
Cool, bro.
Something ain't right. But you know what's funny that he talked about? I remember when I got to that age, and it was probably around 7th, maybe 8th grade, where we started going school shopping by ourselves without our parents. And I remember I would get the money from my mom and get the money from everybody, and we would go to the mall with the homies. Somebody would drop us off at the mall, and we'd be like, yeah, we're gonna go school shopping. I remember having like $250, 300, and I remember we used to be like, dang, if I get the J's, them joints about 160.
Yeah, doing math.
And I remember when penny phones first came out, it was 180 for the penny phones. And I remember it was just like, fam, first of all, it was a lot of royal blue for a material that we had never seen before, and they were 180. And I was like, God, if I spend 180, I only got 200, I may be able to get a couple Hanes t-shirts or something. But I would have to wear the old clothes for a minute. But I was like, maybe I could finesse more money to get more clothes. But I remember them days, dude. You had to weigh it out. Do I want the Gary Paytons, or do I want a balance fit for the first day? You gotta think about stuff like that, man.
no, for sure.
So in that free time, obviously, rehabbing and stuff like that, I always tell people all the time, like I listen to a lot of podcasts, I listen to a lot of current athletes podcasts, a lot of these current athletes talk about they got a lot of downtime and stuff like that if they're injured or rehab or just in the off season and whatnot. So that downtime, you started selling sneakers and stuff like that, getting rid of stuff like that.
Yeah, so, I got to, like, all through high school, all through college, I was, like, flipping shit
That
a
car
lot.
story is funny, by the way. I read that car story about
Oh,
how you
bro, I've,
started like a piece of junk and ended up with something that was 11,000
Bro,
or something
yeah.
like
I mean,
that.
I've had 33 cars and I'm 27 years old. Like
At one time?
No.
Oh,
like
okay.
I've owned 33 cars,
Good Lord.
like just flipping and whatever, bro. Like and that wasn't even all the cars. That was just a quick rundown.
Right,
like there's probably about 5 or 6 more in between there before I got to the Camaro. But yeah, bro. I mean, I just like I said earlier, like I'll sell anything. I don't care.
Right.
But yeah, through
Gotta have
high
a lot
school,
of energy to do that, bro. I ain't got enough energy.
it is.
to
It
do all
takes
that
a lot.
stuff.
But like, hey, I mean, if she's watching, but like, I was tied down for a little while, and it's like my time to get away was like whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave me the hell alone. You know. So
Did they reach out to you to start because they knew who you
No.
were, or you just started on your own?
no. So
Okay.
I used to go into secured a lot. I don't know, secured sneakers and stuff.
Oh, okay. I mean, he probably
So-
knows. I don't be outside like that. He probably knows.
Yeah, so I mean, I would buy a bunch of shoes in there, and then I get home, and at that time, like, I wasn't really looking at markets. I'd go in, I want that shoe, sure, I'll buy it.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
And then it just got to a point where it's like I'm moving out of the rental into the house I just bought, and I'm like, bro, I have way too many pairs of shoes. And then at the time, whatever, I was told like, hey, have you ever seen Whatnot? And I'm
Right.
like, man, that shit looks fake. Like, I'm gonna go in there and buy a pair of fake shoes or something.
You know, a lot of people still feel that way about Whatnot. Like when they
Yeah.
There's a lot of
brought up-
scammers on there still to this day.
I've never
Yeah.
fully been on it. Obviously, we have a homie that used to work there or whatnot. He used to work there, and when he came on the podcast a bunch of times. He come on the podcast. People hit me up like, "Bro, don't trust that site. Don't trust." But they never knew why. They just automatically assumed and associated that like as something funny, you know.
Yeah, and it's weird because like I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna download it, see what's what with it. So I was just watching lives and stuff,
Right.
and I ended up buying a pair of Grateful Deads for
Okay.
like $380, something crazy. And I'm like, all right, sick. They come, I do the legit check, fake. I'm like, I already knew it. I already
Really?
knew that these were gonna be fake. So I was like,
What color did you buy?
the yellow ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, text a dude like, hey, like, before I turn this in, because I'm one that's like, sometimes people don't
Whatnot got
know.
your back,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sometimes people don't know. It's just like, shit, my bad. As long as they take care of it.
Oh, you're saying the seller doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Very
hit
nice.
the seller and I'm like, hey, like, I hope you know that these were fake, bro. I sent in the proof. He was like, my bad, bro. Send them back. I'll take care of you. He did. So I was like, all right, fair. Like,
Okay.
you know, so
That was a good dude.
then I'm like 100%. But at the end of the day, he has to because like all I
Yeah,
have to
they-
do is
I
make
think-
a claim and,
yeah, it's
and
all
he's
right
off
now,
the
whatever.
app.
They got your back.
They'll cancel you
Oh,
off
really?
the app on
Oh,
some
okay.
fake shit.
I didn't
So,
know that.
So yeah, and then I was like, you know what? I just want to try this, like, because I've always like sold shoes, flip it, whatever.
Right.
But honestly, I kind of got myself into a hole because it's like I like to give out. You know what I'm saying? So like I'll go on there, like I probably 2 weeks ago, I'll go on there and do nothing but just give away shoes,
Oh, really?
just only give away.
Okay.
And
What size it?
I get kind of yeah, I get myself in a hole because it's like, yeah, I'll sit there and I'll buy a shit ton of shoes. You know, I'll go out, I'll buy collections. I'll sit on the app, spend $10,000 in 5 minutes on that app,
Right.
just buying shit. And then I get it, and then I don't sell it necessarily for what I paid for it. Sometimes I'll make more. Doesn't account for all the money that I'm tipping on the app to, you know, these other streamers that I like.
Right.
Because I mean, yeah, I've probably made $100,000+ on it, but I've also given out probably 75,000.
Right.
Just legitly like telling people to keep the shoe or rerun it or tipping. Like it's nuts.
This is more of a rush for you versus a. You
Yeah,
ain't
I
trying
mean,
to like
it's
get
a-
rich off this. You ain't trying to like nothing. You just out here like
It's for
you
fun,
just
bro.
enjoy it.
It's for fun.
Are you
Okay.
doing like consignment stuff, or are you doing stuff you actually own though? Like,
I buy it.
okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
you're not like nobody's sending you their collection
no,
and you're
no.
running through it for them. Okay, cool.
No.
Now, how hard
Buy
is
everything.
it for you to make that fine line between what you want to sell and what you want to keep for yourself?
Like I said, I'll sell anything.
Oh, okay.
You want to know why? And the only reason why I say
I was
that.
interested in because that article said like you had said something about you've owned a certain shoe once or twice already and you don't care, you'll wear it and then sell it and then like you just basically
Because I can go
owned
get
at
it
one
again.
point.
You know, it's not like the one shoe I regret ever getting rid of is a dead stock Tiffany SB Dunk.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, I mean it's
and grade A excellent too. Like
19
no
years
chipping,
old.
no nothing. Like I got it for a good deal. I think I paid like $1,700 for it. I sold it for 20, or I lost a coin flip on Whatnot. They tried to ban me for it, but we got that figured out. I did a coin flip. I did a coin flip for $18,000 or $13,000 for a bundle. Those were in it. And I
Right.
lost the coin flip. And then I go to buy them again. I try to look to buy them again. They're
That's
like
a big
4 or
range,
5,000.
That is quite a
Oh, bro.
range.
I mean, it was.
The only reason I'm
It went-
laughing,
it went
okay, so I'll
from-
tell you what I do. I'm in the card industry, so
Okay.
I set up as a dealer at card shows and whatnot. I've never done whatnot, but all this stuff you're talking about is like stuff that's relatable to what I have in an LLC. That's not my main job, but I do it
Okay.
on the side. And so all the stuff you're saying is 100% relatable in cards. And so like when you're talking about doing coin flips, I'm just laughing because normally the spread is like, 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever. You're not doing 5,000 spread. That's crazy.
Oh, bro, it's nuts. and like I said, I'm a gambling man. I tried to do a flip on live, on whatnot, $20,000 or $0.
Yeah.
Fam, are
20,000
you okay?
zero.
Good Lord.
You want to come up on 10 or lose 10? I'll come up on 10.
I don't got that type of guts.
Well,
See,
you-
here's the thing. Now, I understand what you said about the like, I'll sell anything because that's George. Me and George, George is.
I've had a lot of the reason why he's saying that is I've had a lot of cards and sneakers, honestly, that I've like sold that I'm like, should I do it? But at the end of the day, I'm like, well, it was cool to own that thing for like that period of time, and now I don't care. You know
So and that's the thing, like with George and I, like I said, we're old men now. All right, we both got gray right here. So
thank you.
I just noticed that. They're like, okay, that's our signature. We need new logos. Man. Anyways, oh yeah, but like him, like he can buy and he can caramelize.
yeah,
like
you saying he keeps everything. So
he can go, I'm selling it. Because there was a time, and it was around them LeBron 9 time, around that KD 4 block of time, Galaxy Pack, all that time. And we were like really thinking like, yo, we about to sell, we about to make some money and whatnot. Now, he could do it every once in a while. I couldn't. I would either buy, sell it, and then buy more of other stuff. Like I would buy like something that I could sell for like, pay like $130, sell it for like $500, and then I go buy $500 worth of other shoes. Like I bring in like 8 more because I don't have that in me. You know what I mean? And I'm also not a gambling person. I can't gamble though. I can't give my money to gambling, and I can't give my money to strippers. So I can't do it because I gotta get something back. That's a true story. I can't go to a strip club. I went to work all day and give you my money. Like you tripping? You been
No, yeah, I feel on that. But the gambling part, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
So and there's a
Life's a gamble, though.
huh?
Life's a gamble.
Oh yeah, it's definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, fam, come on, what you talking about? That ain't that. No, you too young to be talking about life's a gamble. All
Life's a
right,
gamble, bro.
fam, you gotta be outside a little longer to say life's a gamble.
You go back in my life, I probably live more than you.
Oh no,
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I've been outside. I done had some close calls out here. But let's talk about a couple of shoes that I thought that you maybe still own or maybe not own. So, and 2 of them are not. It's quite often that you don't come across anybody who actually owns these, but you own, and we talked about on this podcast, the Jesus Air Max 97. Where did you get those ones from?
StockX.
Oh, so you actually bought them off of there?
I did, yeah.
What they
So I
run you
got
for?
that in 22 for $1,600.
Okay. And they go up real high now?
2020, actually.
You still got them?
I don't. I sold them.
Did you make?
Kind of.
Oh, okay.
I got 12 bottles of wine and my money back.
Wait, huh?
So
Who'd you trade with us?
so this is a guy off whatnot, Oromac.
Sommelier?
He owns his own winery in California, and we did like a little bundle deal. So I ended up getting $1,700 for the holy waters, and then he sent me 12 bottles of wine with a $500.
actual holy water.
That is great. Like trading
But wait.
holy water for wine. And
But-
didn't Jesus turn water to wine? He turned water into wine.
But you,
or blood to wine. What did Jesus do?
man, honestly, I don't even know what shoe you're talking about. I missed that
No,
part.
the Mischief. Remember Mischief came out with the Air Max 97 and they put blessed holy water in the air bubble
Oh
of the
no,
97.
Yeah,
I must have
River
missed
Jordan.
that.
No, you were there.
No. I don't mean I missed the era. I must have just missed that happened. I don't
No,
remember that.
you were on the episode with me. We talked about it.
I understand that.
Oh, okay. We talked about actually, you weren't here for the Satan
It
one.
must have went like this.
The Satan ones, the black pair of Air Max 97, they put blood in it. And then the
Can't tell you.
Jesus ones had holy water in it.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But so hold on. So you have to have met like a lot of people through this that you can just go directly to sell, right? Like
Yeah.
other celebrities or other people who want whatever you got. So okay. So you're
So
not doing all this trading and whatnot on whatnot.
Whatnot.
You're not doing all this on whatnot. You've met people that you can like You know what I mean? Like
honestly,
that trade. That trade didn't come from Whatnot, did it? The one.
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
it did. So like I met this guy.
Crazy, bro.
I met this guy off Whatnot, and then obviously we start doing stuff off.
Oh, okay.
And I've done a lot of deals with him.
Got it.
But yeah, I mean that's a.
Whatnot.
You know, at the time, it's like when I bought that shoe, I didn't really know what it was. I was just like, this is cool as shit, you know.
Okay.
And then.
So you looked at it immediately like this could be something a little bit more later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like that was a shoe like I'm putting up. Like I'm not wearing it.
Right.
I never wore it. And then I was just gonna like hold on to it because at that point it's like, what is there? 24 pairs.
Yeah, there's only so many pairs.
24 pairs.
So 24 pairs for something like that at 1,600 is probably a really.
Well,
at the time, you probably
the retail price on them were like 1,300.
Yeah, they were high.
Yeah.
Like it was
person
really high. Because them joints came with they came with like a rosary on the tongue or something.
Yeah.
Like a chain or something like that. Them
And,
folks out there. Huh? They say they make you a better person if you put them on your feet.
Yeah.
All right. But
And that's why I ain't a better person because they wasn't on my feet.
I was in church not too long ago. You'd be proud. Now, it was a funeral, but I was there.
Fam.
I'm just saying. I mean, what you want from me? I'm just saying.
2 Air Mags. How'd you get 2 Air Mags?
So actually,
Hold on, do you still got them?
No.
Neither of them.
No.
Fam.
Okay, well, this
What?
was actually a mess up on my end.
Okay.
So the first pair I got, I was in college. Got it from Got Soul, Indianapolis.
Okay.
Paid $11,000 for it, and that was like me like sold all my shoes, like had 11 grand.
Now hold on.
I invested in them.
Okay. So you sold your collection to buy those as an investment, not because you really wanted those.
Yeah,
for yourself.
no.
Okay.
Hell no.
And this wasn't the first movie prop version. This was the second one that actually did the auto lacing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
2016 release. Yeah. So I get them, whatever. My dumbass. I go back to school, little party. I fucking wear them. Because I'm like, why not? Why not?
Why not?
One time, and I'll take them off, I'll sell them. Well, it was probably, I'd say, a month later before I found a buyer. Sold them for $19,000. If I would have waited, never wore the damn shoe, I think they're going for
they up there.
$80,000.
They're pretty.
Yeah, but you can't look at it like that, bro.
80 grand.
We all got mistakes in life like that.
But what I'm saying is, it's like that was 1 year. I got drafted,
bro. You want to? Okay, so I got a stupid story like that too. You want to hear the stupid story? I told him the other day. So Caitlin Clark's first Panini card, right? First Panini autograph. There was 99 of them made. I got one on the release. They were $500. So I'm like, 500. I don't necessarily want to be in this card for $500. Let me quick sell it. So I sold it before they shipped it to me. $1,200. The card sold the other day in PSA 10 for $12,000. I sold it for 10% of what the potential value is. And we're not even talking like years later, like you saying, like, years later is 80 grand. Bro, this is like 6 months.
Bro, I got
later.
some cards actually that I just
6 months. Later.
Have you ever heard of backyard?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff about them in the industry, like speculation and whatnot. So.
Yeah, man, I hit a Shedeur Sanders card.
Oh, really?
Out of 10, and it just all suddenly went to the wrong person.
Oh, shocker.
Oh, we'll send you an equivalent value of what you paid. It's like, okay, what are you going to send me? A $300 card when he goes 1-1? What's that worth then? You know, like fucking motherfuckers.
So then what?
I was emailing them.
I don't blame you. Yeah,
I told him get me a Drey Jameson 101.
It's a lot of speculation about those dudes because they did it years back with a 101 kaboom of somebody, Herbert or somebody, and they offered it as if it was going to be a free giveaway, and then I guess like something happened with the giveaway. They shipped it, same story, shipped it to the wrong person or shipped them something different on accident. And then I guess everybody got on their neck, and so they made it right. But, like...
Yeah, it's crazy, too, because, like, when they pulled the card out of the whatever break it was, I don't know, I paid, like, $800 for the break.
Yeah, it ain't cheap.
And they pulled it out, and they, like, freaked out, like, stood up. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell this is, you know? Like, sure, hell yeah. I got a Jay-Z card and a Shedeur Sanders because I had miscellaneous.
All right.
And then I get my package, and it's just the Jay-Z card, and I'm like, well, where's the Shador? Like, y'all freaked out about it. Oh, it got sent to someone else. All right, yeah, fuck you too.
Yeah, they're known for doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bro.
So then, how'd you get the second pair of mags then?
So that was just a quick flip. So
Okay.
that was a flip before you even leave.
All right.
That's a, hey, I bought them for 15, sell them for 17. Quick. Never really in possession.
Oh, that was the second pair.
Like at
Yeah,
a show
second-
or
Oh,
whatnot or what?
No, not on Whatnot. Not on Whatnot. No.
Okay, so you just at
That's
that.
Sneaker Con Atlanta.
Okay,
Okay.
show, yeah.
So then, when you sold that first pair, you said you bought for 11, sold for 19.
Yeah, I still got a picture of them too.
What you do with the 19 then?
What's that?
Like
said
just
you sold the
reinvest it?
first-
Oh
pair,
yeah. So you just kind of like revamped.
Oh, okay.
And like kind of. Well, probably I fucking bought a car or something with it. Honestly, because I bought a 2001 Mustang GT stick shift when I had a Chrysler 300. That cost me about $5,000. So there goes that. And then
Loudest
you
car on the
invest in
planet.
the little Supreme tees and the backpacks. And back then, Supreme stickers were going for fucking $12 a pop. And it's like, I'm sticking them on the Xbox. Like, dude, I even did it all because like back then on Instagram, I forget the dude's name now, but he
This
would run.
is before drafted, though, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but fuck it.
Right.
But anyways,
Okay.
but they used to do like that online. This dude would go like live on Instagram and just like have his phone set up and he'd play blackjack hands
Oh,
on
my God.
Oh,
on
I know what you're talking
Instagram.
about. I know what you're talking
on
about.
Instagram. And I'm like, I would always just watch, and I'm like, dude, I should.
So
do
he was
this.
whatnot before whatnot, I guess, for the
Yeah,
most part.
through
kinda.
Instagram.
Yeah, I know who he talking about too. I can't think of his name, but I remember that cat.
Yeah.
He used to like,
Bro, he made bank.
he did because
He was making bank.
It used to be cats that used to talk about him because it was like during that era when cats was doing stuff like that and like lotteries.
So wait, you Venmo him or how did you? Or
I mean, I never
or
played.
No, not you, but I'm saying like that's how he would get it.
Yeah,
People Venmo
you'd
or
have,
whatever?
you'd have to like send him the money, I think, and then you pick the spot. So
wild.
you would be like,
I
spot.
know Barstool has that like blackjack online thing. I mean, I don't play, but I watched the video before, so I know
I mean,
there's a
this
lot of
shit's
people
all
doing it
like
now.
camera
no,
set
you're
up
talking about
here.
he's
like,
doing it
it's like-
visually. Yeah.
It's like that shit you log on Bravado or whatever, and they got
Yeah.
the whole camera set up, and they're like fucking dealing out.
But see, that's during that time when cats was doing lotteries
Yeah,
too.
dead ass, bro.
So cats would get like
I believe it.
cats would have like a band one, Jordan 1.
That's
and
like
then
some
they would be
college
like
poor shit. Like when you come, what's that movie where they came up with the casino in their own frat house or whatever? Wasn't there a movie that was like that?
oh yeah, but weren't they adults?
I don't think so. You thinking of Will Ferrell movie?
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
talking
I'm
about. There
thinking
was
about.
another one I thought where they would like put a casino in the frat house or something. Anyway,
But like I was saying, like remember the lottery stuff where cats would be like, I got a band one.
yeah,
we
they
doing.
still do it.
They still do those?
I
Would it be
s-
like, yo,
every
$20
time
$20 a ticket?
Somebody who listens to the pod does those on Instagram. Every time I
Oh,
log on
really?
Instagram, there's somebody doing a raffle or whatever.
And cats would literally sell so many of those lottery tickets. Like a band one would be like, let's say like $1,000, but they would sell so many of those freaking lottery raffle tickets.
It's like
they'd make like 5,000.
It's like the shoe mystery pack that people always get mad about. You
Such a-
sell those-
I do that myself on Whatnot. I'm not even gonna lie about that.
But do you
Like,
do you have like a chase shoe? Do you set it up to where people know what they can get though? Like you have a chase shoe and then like a bottom dollar or something like that?
so I wasn't approved for games. I thought I was, and I ran a game, a 50-box game. It was like, I mean, for anyone watching this, I feel bad for you, but it all went back to the cause anyways, man. But I just went and I bought a shit ton of New Balances with my merch money.
Okay.
And I mean, you had the 550s and all that kind of stuff. So in a sense, you go into these sneaker shops out there and they want to charge you $180. The shoe's not even worth $30.
Sure.
It's
Right.
like I won't pay over $30 for that shoe, but you going, yeah, whatever. So I had a bunch of those in there, but I also had some bangers. Like I had some dead stock Galaxy foam posits. Like that shoe's not cheap.
yeah.
Sure.
What else was there?
See, I don't mind people
Off
doing
White
the
Vapor
mystery
Max.
packs if they know what.
But you always
odds
get a
are,
shoe.
and
You're
yeah.
getting a shoe no matter what.
If you know what the odds are and you know how many, like what the top things are and what the value of the bottom thing is, I don't care about it. But it's
Yeah, you
like
get a $110 shoe no matter what. That's
Yeah.
retail price. If you want to, I'm also one that will I'll work with people.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, don't play this if you don't want to play. Like,
Right.
You'll buy it back.
You ain't gonna buy. You're not gonna buy a box and then
The problem was
expect
that
to get the no.
Right.
Yeah, like at those sneaker cons, the reason why it got out of control is because people said like little kids were getting scammed. They were going to buy it, think like, oh, a $300 shoe is in there, and they get something that's like $80.
Yeah.
Like, buddy, you can't be selling
that's-
stuff to like 12-year-olds and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
No.
So yeah.
But now I just do like I'll go on and I'll run like Supreme stickers, 5 packs of Supreme stickers. But you're buying the Supreme sticker, but you're really going for the buyer's appreciation. So like, for instance, the other day you could choose from a Strummer SB, a Puss Head SB2, a Verdi, and something else I forget. But I just run 5 stickers and I just continuously run them until I feel comfortable with basically. So like I would run these 5 Supreme stickers at $1. I'd run them out. They'd probably go to 35, 40, 50 bucks for these Supreme stickers, but it's like an entry into like being the only people in the buyer's appreciation to win.
Got it.
You know, a $2,500 shoe.
That's probably what I seen on Instagram.
That takes some dedication. That
Takes some brains, man. Money ain't easy.
That's crazy.
Come on, bro. Hey, I come from nothing. I work for whatever. $1, $2.
Hey man, I understand
$10.
that, man. But you know, like I said, this is our first professional athlete.
I think that's probably the surprise because like, I mean, I'm not trying to be on this show faking like I was poor growing up, but I was like middle class. Like I've never been rich. I grew up in, you know, maybe not the same neighborhood Greg did, but my neighborhood was. I mean, it ain't
Why you
all.
assume that? Huh?
Well, because you've talked about it on here.
Oh, okay.
So.
I may have been in Bel Air. You have no idea.
I know you weren't in Bel Air.
Okay.
So, but anyways, you know, I didn't grow up in like lily white neighborhood where everybody was handing out $10 bills at Halloween. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to make it like there was people who were rich in my neighborhood, people who were middle class, people who were poor in most neighborhoods. But I grew up in LA, so like, you know, quite a bit different than at least people who, for the most part, grew up out here. Other people I know, so like. I try to explain it as best possible, but I think the surprise is just that, like, bro, you're a professional pitcher. Like, you still hustling like that. That's crazy.
The hustle will never stop because, hey, it's like little baby says he won't stop till he gets 100. You know, like, you make a little chunk change over here. It's
Right.
like, yeah, am I really trying to take off for this sneaker stuff? Like, I mean, eventually I want to open up a store and that kind of stuff, but like,
You have that kind
that's
of
all
goal to do
for
that?
like
a resale type store or like a retail store?
I don't know yet. I haven't really thought about it crazy, but
Okay.
I want to do something to where I can possibly like get something in at Chase Field, but obviously like that's later on down the line. So
Right.
like
Sure.
you go to the game and next thing you know you're walking around the concourse.
Yeah, you want people to go through the gift shop on the
you
way
know what
out.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be cool as shit. I think. Like,
Heck yeah. I don't know of any baseball stadiums that got
there's-
sneaker stores in it. I haven't seen it.
So,
Maybe
but
give me
you
your idea.
so you're doing the sticker thing and like it's kind of gambling. We'll just call it that for lack of a better word. But you're not burnt out on sneakers yet. You still want to do the store thing, or you don't know what in the store entails per se.
yeah, I mean, right now, obviously, I've been, you know, the last 2 months of my life kind of been a little weird. So I kind of just stepped back from like always being on whatnot and kind of like interacting with just random ass people, you know. So
Right.
it's like,
When did you have surgery, by the way? It's been a long time ago. Or
yeah,
just
we're
recent?
going on a year, September.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So next season you'll be ready then.
Yeah. So yeah, I just kind of like, you know, took a step back from it a little bit. Still have my shoes and shit at home, but yeah, just it's not in my daily schedule to like, you know, spend 4, 5, 6 hours a
Right.
day doing this right now.
Right.
And shit's also getting a lot more serious with baseball again too. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, when I was getting really heavy in it, I mean, I couldn't even do anything with my right arm.
Sure.
So I'm over here just like, leave me alone. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna do whatnot, you know, and then do my thing.
Yeah, that's understandable. Like I said, like I listen to a lot of other professional athletes do podcasts and stuff like that, and they always say like, you know, that they get a lot of grief from people like, bro, why don't you get to the gym? Why don't you do that? And they're like, people don't realize how much downtime I have between my rehab and just we're not playing. Like I just got downtime. It's like I'm gonna play video games or hang out with friends or do a podcast or sell on whatnot. Like, you know, it's a hobby thing. You know what I mean? So, But
wait, hold on. I want to
those
ask.
people always crack me up too, because what the hell are they sitting on social media being able to say something like that? Too? Like, who the fuck at the end of the day, you always ask, "Who the fuck are you?"
Oh, 100%. I mean, cats get on us all the time about stuff that we
100%.
say on here. You know, they like cats would be like, bro, I need a podcast that speaks real opinions on how they feel. And then you'd be like, yo, those sneakers suck. Fam. Like, bro, you think everything sucks. No, I think those suck. But it's okay if you like them. I don't have to like them. I didn't say
100%.
don't buy them, you know, but cats, boy, they still find something to get mad about all the time. Sorry, what were you about to say?
Well, he tried to give me the, like, way back whenever we started. He tried to give me the login information for the podcast Instagram. I was like, I don't even want that shit.
You're right. I couldn't because he's out of control.
I was like, I don't want to respond to anybody. I don't want to read DMs, nothing. The stuff people send me to my personal account, which is really not even, I don't think I've ever posted a single shoe on there. They know it's my podcast account, but I don't think I've ever posted a single shoe. The stuff that I get there is crazy. So I don't even want to read the DMs that come to the podcast account. It has to be insane.
He has no filter. And he can't determine when somebody's joking and playing and not. No, you can't. Because cats joke, you get suspended from Twitter at least good 2 times
that's
a week.
different, though. That's different.
It don't matter.
You're right, but that's different.
Yeah, but somebody say something to you. I know when somebody says something to me and they the homie, they just talking, a lot of people treat us like family.
You can obviously relate to this. I like to get the last word, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just is. Like, I can tell talking to you, like, I like to get the last word. And I don't necessarily mean in this setting. I mean, if somebody's talking crazy to me online, buddy, you don't want the smoke that you're going to get from me. And guess what? I'm going to get the last word, too.
No, you got to retire from that. I retired from that.
No, you're right.
I used to argue day and night, different time zones.
Old, so I understand why you still want to do it, because I was doing it 5 years ago when I still was older than you. But
no, now I end everything with, you know what, fam, you got it. No, I'm good. And I end it all, even though I'm right and I can keep going. No, thank you.
I send him screenshots of the stuff that I like on Twitter arguing with people with.
Yeah,
just so he'll laugh at that shit.
I just think it's funny when people, like you said, they come in and they're like, oh, why aren't you doing this or why aren't you doing that? And it's like, well, don't you have a job too, buddy? Why are you sitting on your phone in my DMs? You know, 100%. It's like they just think like these people just talk, and then they see you out in public. They're like, oh yeah, and it's like, yeah, get the hell out of here.
Cats have done that plenty of times or whatnot. Like, you know what's crazy? You want to know? I don't know if you noticed, but like when I talked about how I think in the next 3 to 5 years, Target and Walmart will have Nike products in their store. Not your high-end stuff, but I feel like those will eventually be in those stores. Your essential regular Nike T-shirts, sweats, some Volmeros, like some basic stuff. This cat's talking crazy to me. My fam, this cat said, I bet my life that'd never happen. Buddy, all I did was tag the 1-800 hotline to get help. I'm like, buddy, bet your life that why you want to bet your life that Target may not get a pair of regular plain black and white Panda Dunks one day? Like, why you want to bet your life on that, buddy? Get some help, all right? Sorry, were you about to ask a question or something?
No, I was just gonna say, because I touched on it earlier, but the sourcing stuff, because that's, like I said, there's definitely crossover between like cards and that. Because you have to guarantee yourself a profit. Now you're obviously doing something different now with the like Supreme sticker thing where you're doing the giveaways. But like, you said you were buying big lots, like you were guaranteeing yourself a profit. Or are you paying market on that stuff or what?
No, so there for a while I was able to find these guys that might have had 50, 60 pairs, and within their collection that I could then go and buy.
Okay.
And the first one I bought was just a bunch of dead stock, like OG Jordans. I think it was like 48 pairs.
Okay.
And we're talking like $3,000 for 48 pairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so I look at this and I revert it back. Like these aren't used. These are dead stock.
That's like a.
Oh, that's nothing. It's less than $100 a
pair.
But
that's a unicorn. That's a rare.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
Okay.
So that's where, like, before all that, I just went on Whatnot at first with my shoes that I bought from Secured Sneakers. That shoes worth $300, you pay $750 for it.
Sure.
So it's like I paid all this high margins on these stuff, and then I go on. I want to be that guy, run it at $1. Someone buys it for $200. You're like, shit, I gotta stop doing this.
That's kind of the reason why I never did Whatnot.
So basically, it's like I then had to start like really diving in and like being smart on what to get, what to pay, because a lot of people don't know that you have to account the fees that come out too. So like, you might buy that shoe for $100, you might sell it for $150,
Yeah, like.
But you're paying, $13, $14 in fees. You're not really making like the margins of unless you're selling 100 pairs of
Sure.
doing that. It's like it's just not worth it, So yeah, I usually would buy in bulk. I would try to at least 20 pairs plus, because then I can work on prices, because it's like, okay, like I'll give you what you want on this shoe, but on these 3 pairs I need this, and then it just goes down.
So I know we talked about a lot of sneakers, stuff like that, but I did want to ask you, just 'cause we ask a lot of people that come on the podcast, is there anything you looking for? Anything you looking for personally for yourself that you're looking for sneaker-wise? A grail, if you want to call it that, or something rare, something that you want for yourself?
Yeah. I don't have my dream shoe, which is the LeBron 10 MVP.
Okay.
So if you guys ever come across the LeBron 10 MVP, dead stocks, I don't even care what size. I'm not gonna wear it. It's going on the wall.
Oh, okay. Shoot, don't we know a couple people with those? God,
dude, that shoe is so hard to come by.
I feel
you can
like,
find it on eBay and stuff. Like,
yeah.
I see them on there. I don't really like.
You talking about this? The MVP?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And you just like refuse to pay
high dollar for it.
Okay, all right.
I just don't want to pay high dollar.
That joint is, I remember maybe 2 or 3 people with them.
What's the market on them right now? Size 11, 11 and a half.
Some of these don't even have.
Yeah, they're hard.
Yeah, like it says last sale 1,000, but there's no current pair up. At least on StockX. I don't know about some of the others.
Yeah, them joints you don't see often at all.
No, they're hard.
You don't really see many LeBron 10s at all, just in general anymore. I mean, no one's wearing basketball sneakers like that anymore, but everybody has those ones that they would still want to cop and have. No? So that's the one for you?
That's the one for me.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out, man.
Appreciate that.
I hit you up and say, yo, somebody got them.
5,000.
Keep an eye out.
Yo, they got them for 25. What do you want me to do, Drey? I can cop them for you. You gonna pay me back? I've done that before. I remember when this cat was like, yo, Greg, can you help me get Gray Toe 13s? I was like, yeah, cool. Paid for them, all that stuff. Them joints got the house. He was like, yeah, I'm good, bro. I was like, hold on, fam.
So actually, that's probably a question that people want us to ask, and you could clear some stuff up. Because I think people just assume when you're a professional athlete, you just got access to whatever you want. Like, you could just dial a phone number, call somebody or whatever, and they bring the shoe to you. So clear that up for us a little bit.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wish it was that way.
Yeah, like LeBron can, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I'm nowhere near that status.
Yeah.
So
We'll get there, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal.
Good.
But yeah, no, I mean, I source, dude, these last 4 or 5 months that I've been really diving in on Whatnot, bro. I mean, I'm sourcing. I'm on my phone for 8-9 hours, legitly just going through Whatnot, watching streams on eBay, on OfferUp, on all this stuff, meeting people at Marshall's down the road to buy.
So you willing to do that? Okay, so I'm not even doing that. I'm not a celebrity, bro. I refuse to meet people.
He won't meet nobody. He'll send me. No.
I do this. Hey, here's thank you.
No.
Put this
No, I'm not saying you worried about them recognizing you. I'm saying you got a lot to lose, bro.
But I'm not doing anything,
All right. Well,
he'll send me.
Couldn't be me.
I'd be sitting there.
I think where I grew up, just has me sketched out on that kind of stuff because I've seen some things.
Yeah, but clearly,
off camera, I'll tell you all the real story about the first meetup, how that all went down. that shit's crazy. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, it gets nuts. Huh?
Yeah,
let's see.
but
people already know. I mean, I think I've said it on here, but I've been in the car. Maybe I shouldn't say it, or I don't know. Maybe I should say it. It's a crime, but it's not like a shooting or a death or anything. But I've been there when
I've been there.
I'm just saying I've been there when deals have gone down, and I'm not talking about sneakers and whatever else. Now, was I involved? No, I was a kid, but I'm just saying I was there.
He was always there.
I've seen some things.
Yeah, and that's just Arizona out here. That's just anywhere you start fooling around with cats you meet online and stuff like that. I've had them. Plenty of
I mean, you just the way you see social media these days, people pull a gun out for no reason. You know what I mean?
Reason. You
I'm
get in an argument and someone wants to feel like they're tough, and it's like
I don't even got kids, bro. So I was saying this to my wife the other day. Greg got the way I look at stuff is the more family members you have or kids or responsibilities or whatever, the more you have to lose. I feel like I got a lot to lose because I got nieces and nephews and a wife. So I can't imagine when you got kids and stuff too relying on you. Like, that's why I'll go outside responsibly. That's probably the best way to say it. I'm not going to meet nobody for a card, shoe, whatever. Like, and that's part of that's because I'm old. If I was 20 years younger, I wouldn't care because I was doing stupid shit anyways.
What sneaker was that? This was the first time I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. I don't know if I was selling Jordan 5 Fire Reds or I was buying them or whatnot. And this cat, I drove up, and it was like 15 dudes out there. And I was like, fam, it was one sneaker? I was like, yep, I kept going. I was like, I'm not making a deal with a cat hanging out with about 15 dudes in a parking lot. And he coming to get my Jordan 5.
QT or something.
What was that? Chase Bank, I think is what it was. I was like, fam, I'm good.
There was a story with like QT or something.
But man, we appreciate you, man. Come on here talking sneakers.
And if you got to leave at any point, let us know because we do the whole show, so we'll still be here.
Yeah. I mean, we only got a couple more things before we get out of here real quick. But and like I said, I appreciate you talking about sneakers with us and coming on the podcast and stuff like that. Like, subscribe, share, do all that good old stuff, man. But like I said, we got the homie Drey Jameson pitcher for the Diamondbacks. We always talk about this on the podcast. We talk about like. Obviously, you talk about signature sneakers, you talk about athletes and stuff like that. And we grew up in that era with your Bo Jacksons, your Ken Griffey Jr.'s, you got all that when baseball players and like those, athletes outside of basketball had sneakers. Coming from a professional baseball player, asking you, do you think there's a market for a signature sneaker for baseball players that could potentially sell out here,
That's a good question. It just... Like a street shoe or a cleat?
It's a street shoe. Because, like, Griffey's back in the day, we wore Griffey's. We wore Bo Jackson's, Griffey's, Kenny Lofton's, Ichiro's. Like, back in the day, like, cats used to have baseball sneakers, signature sneakers. You just don't see that anymore.
And I think the reason why he's asking is because you see a lot of people say, like, oh, XYZ should have a shoe. And then you really think about it, like, buddy, who's buying that shoe? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and I agree with that. So I guess it depends on what you're making, right? Because like everyone, you look at Jordan's, like right, Jordans sell, but like what do all his shoes entail? Basketball, that's what he does on the court. So like he wore those shoes. So like for us to make cleats, yeah. For us to make sneakers, I don't know. I don't know the question on that because it's like.
I'm not even.
I'm not a sneak. Like
I don't know. I'm not even sure Shohei could sell something in Japan. Yes.
Yeah.
Here,
It's just like what's the concept? You're buying, like people don't just buy Jordans because some people don't even know who Michael Jordan is and they're rocking Jordans on their feet. You know what I'm saying? Like
but like with basketball sneakers, well with Jordans, I don't really count Jordans anymore as basketball sneakers, and I'm talking like 1 through 14. People aren't essentially hooping
for the most part, it's casual.
They've turned into lifestyle.
College players are still wearing them.
100%, but what they were made for was the hoop. You know what I'm saying? It's like me going out and making a cleat, and then 15 years later, people are walking around clinking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like I feel like you keep it within the sport, then that's when the sales would actually be worth something. But like you said, Shohei buying a shoe, the only people that are gonna buy that shoe is if they want to have Shohei Ohtani's shoe. Like,
Trout. I remember the Trout's coming out, and there was not a more popular baseball player at that point, and they did not sell. Like, I'm sure the cleat sold decent, but turf shoe or whatever,
it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
It would be a tough concept just because that's not the field that you're in.
No, I understand that. Yeah,
that's why I say like even Mahomes stuff doesn't sell. Like
he has a trainer.
There is definitely that. Okay, so that actually brings up something that's interesting. That's like. Why are basketball players the most recognizable when they necessarily don't have the highest TV ratings or social media ratings or whatever? You know what I mean? That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Like,
because your favorite shoe is LeBron, right? I mean, the NBA, LeBron's not getting better ratings on TV than like the Buffalo Bills or the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But I think it kind of matters who it is as well. I think Lamar Jackson is like viewed as cool. Like cooler Justin Jefferson.
Oh, then Mahomes? Yeah.
Then Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's who gets it and who can market it. I think it would be, you know what I mean, plays a bigger part. I'll say this with baseball, you with the cleats on the mound. Like that's like your personality. That's your way to sort of connect with an audience that's watching from TV, watching in the stands, kids who know what Scooby-Doo is, things like that. You know what I mean? That's your way of connecting. Sort of the personality in baseball is like now you see like a lot more diamonds on their neck on the field. You know, you see a lot of like things like that. Bat flips is like seem to be a little bit more acceptable than it was back in the, and that's relatively speaking, depending on who you're playing against. Like I feel like baseball players have gotten a bigger opportunity to like show their personalities a lot more.
That's actually a good question for you too, because you're a pitcher. But anyways, keep going.
Which, you know, I feel like there are some players who actually could push a sneaker out there if given the right background and the right marketing and stuff like that. But you know,
I agree with that, but I just don't know how to do. You know, anyone can make a sneaker, but I don't know. Like, you know, I feel like it's a fan based thing. You know, I think if you put it up in the team shop, made sure it was in the team shop.
Right.
And in your local areas, like it might do good, but like it goes across the country, like
and one thing I asked it too is because like you know they came out with like the Dodgers SB Dunk. That's a skateboard. The Philadelphia Phillies SB Dunk.
Yeah.
It's like this is a skateboard shoe. Then the Jackie Robinson just your regular dunk. You know what I mean? It's like it wasn't even thought of. Like well they've actually done some Griffies with Jackie Robinson type themes and stuff like that on them, but like it just wasn't even thought of to like do a trainer silhouette to represent the Dodgers. An SB Dunk Dodgers, huh? Like I didn't.
Well, in L.A., an SB makes sense because that's where skateboarding came from. It came from the beaches.
But if you gotta do that connection,
I understand
like,
that. I'm not saying a Dodger thing makes sense. I'm saying the city, Los Angeles, doing an SB makes sense.
That's fine. Sorry, would you go ask something else?
Oh, just about because you were talking about like kind of players being like more flamboyant these days or whatever. So I was thinking about it because you see this all the time on social media, Sports Center, whatever. From a pitcher perspective, does it bother you a guy pimps a home run or is like, because you were talking about how like baseball is more or less unwritten rules-y nowadays than it used to be. Like, how do you feel about like players, batters celebrating more, or pitchers celebrating a strikeout or whatever? Because the game growing up wasn't like this. You know what I mean? Now, granted, we didn't have Instagram and Twitter and whatever else, but I always wanted to get this opinion on, like, what's his name? Bumgarner. I know you remember Bumgarner used to get upset when somebody would hit like a home run off him or whatever.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, you even see the pitchers too, like a strikeout. Hey, you know what I mean? Like that stuff didn't happen growing up. So just personal opinion on that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think it's all. At the end of the day, it's guys just competing, you know. So like for me, it's like I might strike you out. I might do this little subtle, but I'll tell you to sit down, you know. But if you pimp a homer on me, so be it.
Okay.
Like it's for me, it's like I take that. Like that's you, but just know next time I'm gonna. Yeah. When I get you, I'm gonna let you know.
Okay. I like
I'm gonna let you know.
I like
so there's no hard feelings in it, you know. It's more of like, hey, like it's just guys competing, and if that's what you do, like.
I'm just tired of seeing these like old crotchety men, like, because I know people call me old, and bro, these like 60-year-old men who played in MLB or coached, and they're like, these kids are being taught poorly these days. Like, buddy, you're 100. Shut up.
It makes it exciting, man. It's like the game. The game's different. We're talking, you know, back then, everyone threw 90. Like now, the normal's 97. It's like it's all different nowadays.
Love it.
So it's and each guy is different too. You know, like for some guys, they'll strike you out. You won't see any emotions. Throw down, and when they get pimped on, it pisses them off. The one thing that I hate is when it's a 3-0 count and I throw one in and you swing. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it, but don't swing on me 3-0 because and the logic is you better book me. Like you better hit a homer if you're swinging 3-0 because if you hit a foul, I am going to talk.
Okay.
I will talk. Even though like as a pitcher you want that, you know? It's like it's like that's your get out. But like for me it's just something in me. It just like it pisses me off.
So along those lines, that brings another question.
I love that.
Do you think in MLB it's like I hate saying unwritten rule because it's stupid, but do you think teams teach the guys like don't swing 3-0 unless we tell you to do it? You know what I mean? Like, is there like
I mean, I think there's a fine line. You got some guys
it matter what the score is in the game? Or?
No, I just feel like sometimes like you get to that level, so it's your own career, it's your own batting average. Like you take that, you take it with you.
Okay.
Like that's your average. Like it's your game plan. Obviously, some guys vets in the game, like they need a hit, it's 3-0. Like,
They're gonna do it.
they know a cookie's coming. Like, I'm gonna be ready for this. If it's a strike, I'm gonna hammer it. There's all respect within that.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
You know, it's just something for me. It just gives me a little fire in me. So I'll be 96, 97, 3-0 swing, and then there's 100, 101, 100. Like, it just, at that point, it puts fire under my ass.
Right.
Like, like.
Oh, I love hearing that.
I like how they talk nowadays about like max effort pitches versus not max effort, because I think that's one thing that like the nuances of the game is what a lot of people, even the like not casual fans, like super fans don't understand. Most of these guys, like you see Joyce from the Angels throwing 105. He doesn't have to throw everything 105, but he might be able to reach back and get something higher than that if necessary. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy what guys can get to if they want to. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, like, here comes 101. Crazy, bro.
I was going to ask you about Alma Mater stuff, but I'm actually okay with this episode. I think we're good, unless you wanted to talk about Alma Mater. It's up to you.
I'm good, bro.
You good? I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming to the podcast with us, man.
Thank you.
Hey, man, you local. Anytime you want to come through and do this podcast.
Well,
man,
we do got to ask one more question. We know who he thinks is going to come out of the NL. Who's coming out of the AL?
Am I allowed to talk upon that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Don't do it if you don't know.
Unless you never mind.
Don't do it if you gotta question it. Don't do it on here, man.
Yeah. That's why I say, like, we obviously know who you have coming out of
who
the
you
NL.
would like.
Well, right, but I'm saying he would pick it too, regardless.
Freaking D-backs are what, like 6 in a row now? Like they're freaking killing. Freaking Dodgers.
Yeah, what? Does anyone know the score of the game right now?
Nah, we don't. But like I said, man, you local. Anytime you come to this podcast, we do this podcast every week. Sometimes I do it from home if we don't feel like coming to the studio, but whatnot. But anytime we're at the studio and you feel like just coming to talk sneakers, you're always welcome, man. We ain't doing nothing around here.
For sure. I appreciate that.
Like I said, man, it's always good that, like, the podcast is one thing that we wanted to do was, like, have people come on and talk about their additional hobbies. And, to see a professional athlete like you, come over here and talk sneakers, love sneakers, and want to come hang out for a bit, that's dope, man. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, you're our first professional athlete on this podcast. I don't know. We've done this for a really long time. I can't remember a lot of people we've talked to, but you're definitely the first to come in person. So I'm glad we were able to make that happen and whatnot. So, George, you got anything else?
Nah, I just was curious who he thought was going to come out of the AL, but if we can't answer
no,
that,
we're not doing that.
Let's stay away from that one.
You watch other sports? Like, you big in football, basketball, anything like that?
Not really, bro.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Hey, man, he busy, man. He got to get back to the mound.
Got to get back to what? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I don't necessarily mean watching it every day because I love the NBA, but he could tell you I rarely watch it unless it's a big playoff game or whatever. Like, even in the Olympics, I mean, they were on at weird times. I tried to watch the men's team every once in a while, but
I'm not a big, like, TV person, honestly. Right. So, like, I'll watch TV when I go to bed. So
okay,
that's really the only time I'll, like, watch something,
Colts or nothing?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up a Colts fan, like,
okay.
just because they were, it's my hometown or my home team. But
the Pacers have a couple Arizona guys on the roster, so I find myself rooting for the Pacers. I don't know if you care about the Pacers at all, but
I don't follow them.
Guy, so.
Yeah, I don't, and that's the thing. It's not necessarily that I'm a LeBron guy, just LeBron 10 MVPs. Like, I'm telling you, like, that is just, it's not anything other than that. Like,
right.
The LeBron 10 MVP. Really? And I think it's because when I was a kid, that was the shoe that I wanted. I mean, I was out buying the fake ones,
Right.
Like, I bought the fake one.
Right.
It's got the air bubble with, like, the Air Max in it. And it's like, first off, hey, for real, though, that's the easiest shoe to ever tell if it's fake or real.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron 10s.
A lot of the LeBrons up to 10.
Because if they're not the strings underneath, it's gone. Like, it's fake right off
If it didn't
the
have
rip.
that fly knit or whatever the strings
the little tiny
fly
ones.
wire, that's what it was, fly wire.
Yeah.
10 was the first one they did, like, Jades and...
Jade.
Yeah.
What was the red one called?
Like Kings.
The champagne,
something.
and they have the champion, the elite champion.
They had the corks.
The corks are fire,
I
right?
had the corks. Man, I can't even remember all of them.
The EXT.
EXT was like a superhero pack, I think it was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Super high.
Dude, I actually, like, recently, I've told myself I want to try to collect every single LeBron 10. Every single one of them.
Fam, you may be the...
And I'm talking, like, I don't care if they're beat or brand
Do
new.
you got any LeBron 10s now, though?
But wait,
Yeah, I do.
You
I have
earlier
two.
said you'll sell anything. Can you hold on to it?
I don't know. That's
Hey, look at that.
that would be hard.
I hit
No,
Drey up.
because I know what he's saying. Because
Nah.
I buy like cards that I'm like, I need to get a Shohei
That's
auto, bro.
different,
And then,
though.
no, how's that different? I understand
Dang.
you can't wear it, but I'm just saying a desirable thing. And then later on, you like, I'm okay if I get rid of this.
Yeah.
Look, I hit Drey up and say, yo, I found some what the LeBron 10s. My homie gonna give it to me for $900.
I'll
And
buy
Drey be
it
like,
immediately.
yeah. Then Drey be like, but maybe I could get 13. I'm never hitting you up again.
You got it for 9, I'll sell it for 25.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm not hitting Drey up anymore.
So them flints I gave you, don't do that.
Hold on now. That's fine, but I sold them to my brother-in-law. Okay, so don't do that. Like you act like you swear you got me those flints, and then like I just went back to the streets and made money. I didn't make any money off of them. I sold them to my brother-in-law. Okay, relax. Drey, you got anything else you want to say? Nothing else? You good? Appreciate you coming to the podcast. George, anything else? Nothing? Let's just sneak this. Pow. End it. Good show.
Good job.